I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case. Me, I believe that's it's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person. I don't. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name. So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Strap in, because today we're stepping into a courtroom that's equal parts absurd and painfully hilarious. We've got Thomas Styron, too.
Morning. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else. So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron.
The second.
The second.
And then I'm the natural person, the living man.
Okay, thank you for your patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle. So,
No problem.
recalling case number 19S00472, that is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron, the second, you said, and also calling 24W001025, that is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe that's it's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person. I don't. Yeah, I don't. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name nor.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off right there.
Self-proclaimed living man, natural person, all the buzzwords you've seen from every sovereign citizen playbook, sitting there like he's about to school the court on jurisdiction.
Okay.
I don't have no. Sorry, I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all. Period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction in regards to this.
Okay. And you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening that charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against you?
I do not. I don't even own a license. I canceled my license years ago.
Okay. So what you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So I'm not asking if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is accused me of not having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce. I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is incorrect, sir. But we are not going to get into that.
And punctuation. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently, according to him, the name on the case file isn't really him. It's some state-created entity, and somehow that means
For now, you are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So,
At this time, the court is going to set a pre-trial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pre-trial for that entity? I don't. Yeah.
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pre-trial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and my name that I put on the record is not the same name that you have attached to that case.
And you can provide documentation of such at your pre-trial date, which is going to be June 26th.
So the documentation that I have published, recorded excuse me, sorry. The documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case, that's I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records, not
So
good enough?
whatever documentation you have,
Mhm.
bring it with you to your pre-trial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So, and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay, will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction though, correct?
Yes.
How? From
No.
my understanding, that
And
has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else. Am I wrong?
you are not correct. The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion of going to jail.
the court has no authority. Watching him fumble through this legal gymnastics routine is like watching a toddler try to solve calculus, painfully entertaining. Magistrate Hilary Briley kicks things off with the usual formalities, asking for his name on the record. And here comes Thomas, fully committed to his role, declaring his status as a living man, while the judge patiently tries to get a coherent answer. You can almost see her suppressing a chuckle as he stumbles over phrases like improper punctuation and all caps name. I mean, how many crayons did this guy eat before walking into court? If you're going to challenge a judge, at least Google a law book first. But nope, Thomas is diving in head first with every sovereign citizen cliché in the book, insisting he has no contracts with Michigan and questioning personal jurisdiction as if he's cracking the Da Vinci Code. Then the court lays it out for him. He's facing a simple charge operating a motor vehicle without a license on his person. And Thomas, bless his heart, decides to double down, saying he hasn't had a license in years and he was just traveling home, not conducting commerce. You can practically see the judge raising an eyebrow here. Every word this guy says just makes his case worse. He's giving the court everything they need on a silver platter. And let's be honest, a driver's license isn't some arcane treasure. He could have avoided all this with a simple card. But no, he's committed to this fantasy world where legal jargon and punctuation somehow negate reality. Still, despite all the nonsense, he's trying to be respectful. For a sovereign citizen, he's polite, but clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed. The judge, patient but firm, cuts through his arguments like a scalpel, setting a pretrial date and explaining the charges, while Thomas continues to insist that the court doesn't have jurisdiction over his living man persona. And here's the best part. She lets him talk enough to entertain the court, then firmly redirects, calmly establishing the next steps. It's a masterclass in courtroom control, patience, precision, and just the right amount of subtle sarcasm to remind him who's really in charge. By the end of this session, it's clear. Thomas can spin all the theories he wants, but the court isn't buying a word. His arguments are cute, sure, but when reality bites, it's brutal. And watching it unfold over Zoom only adds to the absurdity. Trying to have a serious legal debate with someone arguing nonsense online is like debating chess with a pigeon. It doesn't matter how smart the judge is. Chaos ensues. Yet, Magistrate Briley handles it beautifully, patient but unshakable, letting Thomas stumble while keeping the courtroom and the viewers entertained. As the hearing rolls on, Thomas just won't quit. He's clinging to this whole jurisdiction argument like it's his golden ticket out of trouble. Every time the judge tries to move things forward, he interrupts with another line straight from the sovereign citizen script. So we're just assuming jurisdiction, right? That has to be proven before we proceed, correct? You can hear the confidence in his voice slowly melting into confusion as the judge calmly replies, "You are not correct." It's like watching someone argue with gravity. It doesn't matter how passionately he believes it. Reality isn't budging. The judge, still composed, tells him exactly what's going to happen. A pre-trial is being set before Judge Washington, and he'll need to show up with whatever documentation he claims proves he's not the name attached to the case. But Thomas keeps circling back, insisting the court is making assumptions, that he's not that entity, that he's somehow above all this. It's almost sad. He genuinely thinks he's cracked some secret legal code that will free him from accountability. Yet every word he says just reinforces how lost he is. Then, in one last attempt to sound clever, Thomas says, "So I need to be there under threat, duress, and coercion of going to jail?" You can almost feel the eye roll through the screen. The judge doesn't even flinch. She knows there's no reasoning with someone who's this deep into the fantasy. She simply tells him his hearing is concluded and he's free to go. That's it. Cold, professional, done. And honestly, I love the way she handled him. No shouting, no frustration, just calm control with a touch of quiet authority. She let him talk just enough to dig his own hole, then gracefully closed the hearing with total composure. You could tell she's seen dozens of these self-proclaimed living men before. For her, this was just another day in the digital courtroom. But let's be real here. These Zoom court hearings, they're a circus half the time. Between the bad connections, people showing up shirtless, and sovereign citizens trying to argue their way out of traffic tickets, it's hard to take them seriously. Especially when someone like Thomas sits there on webcam trying to prove his name isn't written in the right punctuation. It's not a constitutional debate, it's comedy. Still, credit where it's due. Magistrate Briley handled it with grace. She didn't lose her cool, didn't let him derail the process, and somehow managed to maintain professionalism while this guy tried to turn court into a conspiracy forum. We need more judges like her, steady, patient, and not afraid to shut down nonsense when it shows up in her courtroom. And that's the beauty of this hearing. It's not just about one man's legal misunderstanding. It's a snapshot of how far people will go to escape simple responsibility. Thomas could have walked in, acknowledged the charge, and walked out with a minor fine. Instead, he turned it into a legal meltdown that'll live on the internet forever. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more moments of courtroom chaos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of Thomas's living man defense. Do you think he actually believes it? Or is he just pretending to sound smarter than he is? Either way, it's one of the funniest courtroom delusions we've seen yet.